Welcome to Yoga with Amy, number two. And I promised that we would dive right in. So let's first pour ourselves a cup of tea. This is yerba mate mixed with vanilla tea. I love yerba mate. You know you're on Salt Spring Island when you've got a mug of yerba mate close by. And vanilla tea is Mayanna's favorite. And this is a mix of both of us today, my daughter Mayanna and me, Amy. So we are by the waves because I would like to start today's practice with a beautiful poem from the Radiant Sutras by Lauren Roche about riding the waves, and we'll bring that into our practice today. So sit where you are, close your eyes, take a couple nice beautiful deep breaths, waves of breath into the body and waves of breath out. You can soften your shoulders away from your ears. Just land in the sensations of the moment. Notice the outer landscape, what's around you, and notice the inner landscape. What is the breath bringing attention to in the inner landscape? Okay, and I will share this poem with you. Feel free to keep the eyes closed. Feel free to keep journeying with that breath in and out. Consider all the pain and all the pleasure you have ever experienced as waves on a very deep ocean, which you are. From the depths, witness those waves, rolling along so bravely, always changing, beautiful in their self-sustaining power. Marvel that once you identified with only the surface of this ocean. Now embrace waves, depth, undersea mountains, out to the farthest shore. The light of consciousness illumines the world. The world reflects this splendor. Energy and matter, essence and manifestation reveal each other to each other. Individual soul and cosmic energy, pulsing heart and infinite awareness are secret lovers, always merging in oneness. When the secret slips out, there is laughter and a flash of brilliance in the air. All right, I'm going to take a sip of tea, and today I promised that we would do a little bit of breath work, and then we are going to do a little bit of a surfer kind of practice, surf those waves. I wore my surfer pants, surfer dudette pants, and my superhero shirt. This one keeps me real. So, okay, a quick changeroo. I'm over here, Mayanna's over there. We had to play with the sunshine a little bit. So superhero skills to try and stay with the sunshine as it moves. And superhero skills to ride the waves of pleasure and pain. So the invitation in this practice is to notice all the sensations and say yes to all the sensations. I mentioned this yesterday. Riding the waves, not trying to chase after the pain, or trying to chase after the pleasure and resist the pain, but really breathe with all of it. Recognize them as the waves on the ocean and meet that depth that holds it all. This is going to be a little bit like a Disney movie. There will be lots to meet all the adults that are out there, and plenty to meet all the kids out there as well, right? And so this is why I've got my kid consultant here, Mayanna. Let's do a cheers. And Mayanna, speaking of waves, is the fearless one. When we went to Hawaii a couple years ago, there were huge waves and I was so afraid. And who was the one that rocked it. What did you feel when you saw the waves?
I felt like I wanted to go jump in them.
Which she did. She grabbed her boogie board and went and rode the waves. So this is my wave rider, my surfer dudette partner in crime. Let's start. Okay, so 3 breath work practices. Pranayama is breath work, and it has 2 meanings, really awesome. Pranayama means, ayama means to expand. So we will expand the breath and expand our awareness with the breath. And yama means to contain. So giving a bit of a container so that we can play with that. The first breath is going to be super fun. So this is lion's breath. Should we show it? Are you ready? So you take a deep breath in, and when you deep breath in, you kind of draw your chin to your chest and you tuck in. And then the lion's breath, you stick your tongue, and it's not a loud breath. It just feels loud because the whole body gets into it. The tongue goes down towards the chin. The eyes roll up to the top of the head like that, and you do a bah. But we'll show it to you together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, let's do another one for good measure. Here we go. Deep breath in. And lion's breath is good to chase away any frustrations that we're feeling in here, and even chase away fear so that we can ride those waves. Okay, the next one is a little bit kind of more simple. It's kumbhaka, and kumbhaka is a retention of the breath, or holding the breath. And we're not going to hold it for a super long time, but that idea of giving a little bit of space between the inhale and the exhale. And just a little heads up, when we move in today's practice, we'll be bringing this breath into the practice. Okay, so we're going to take our belly. We're going to imagine that we're holding the breath in our cave, in our belly cave. And when we're holding it there, we're not tense, we're not ooh, we're just super relaxed, creating a little bit of space in our cave, belly cave. And then when we are ready to exhale, we'll let it out just as nice and deep. Okay, so take a nice deep breath in. Fill up your cave, fill up your belly, and then just hold it there for 4, 3, 2, 1, let it out. Take a deep breath in. Hold it, so we're not tense, just holding some space. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more. I'm going to encourage you to try and hold it for 6 seconds. Actually, let's do something a little bit different. You can do 4 seconds, 6 seconds, but I'm going to encourage you to try and hold your breath for as long as you can, but the moment that you start to feel a little bit tense, then let it out. Okay, so kumbhaka. Let's give it a little bit of time. Let's see, you count yours and I'm going to count mine and we'll see. All right, fill your belly cave. Ready? Here we go. See how long you can hold it for. All right, I breathed out. Did you? How long did you hold yours for?
I got 16 seconds.
16! Mine was 14. How did you do? Hopefully okay. And whatever you held it for is great. Okay, and then the last one, this one's kind of fun. It's called Kapalbhati breath. And it's like, you're breathing fast out of your mouth and you're kind of bringing your belly in. And I like to say that it's like stoking the fire. You know, when you blow on a fire to kind of make it get a bit bigger. So we're stoking that fire. And after we do it, then we take a couple of nice deep breaths in between. Okay, so let's do one round, and we'll do 10. So 10 times, and then we'll go right into our practice. All right, here we go. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Breathe in to begin. 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Awesome. I think we are ready to move through our practice and we'll include all 3 of those breaths throughout. So pay attention and join in when it comes. All right.
Now that you have stoked your fire, come to standing and take a couple of breaths there in your mountain pose. Right into the belly, and exhaling, reaching the top of your head towards the sky. Slowly reach your arms up towards the sky and bring your hands towards your heart as you lift your heart to meet your hands. And then just a little bow to self. I am ready to ride all the waves throughout this practice, whatever sensations come. Reach your arms up towards the sky and fold forward. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Step back into a downward facing dog. So you can see I'm facing forward, Mayanna's facing the side, so you can see. Lift your right leg, step it to the outside of your right hand. And we're just going to rock and roll back and forth. You can lift up the toes, plant them back down with a little bit more space. Take your left hand off to the side, sweep your right arm up towards the sky, maybe even bend into your right knee a little bit more. Lift the heart, offer the heart. And then bring your hands back down underneath your shoulders, press back to a downward facing dog. Mayanna's got a beautiful song called Waves that we're going to play for this practice. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, and same thing on this side. Rock and roll. Notice if it's any different and just play with that. Drop your back knee down, bring your right hand off to the side, lift your left arm up to the sky. Look at that beautiful sky there. And just take a look at whatever landscape you're in. And then bring your palms back underneath your shoulders and press back to a downward facing dog. Lift your hips. And we'll come forward and we'll lower the knees down and set ourselves up into a tabletop. So the hips over top of the knees, shoulders over top of the hands. We're just doing a couple cat-cows here. So that's cat pose. This is cow belly. The belly lowers down, the heart lifts. And there's the cat pose. And then bring it back to a neutral spine. Hold here for a moment. We're going to do the opposite with our lion's breath. Here comes the lion's breath. So round into your cat pose. Get ready and... There it is. Mayanna's was way better than mine. Round through the back of the heart. Bring it on. Awesome. We're clearing it out. Press back to a downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Walk your feet back between your hands. Reach your hands back up towards the sky, and hands come to heart. Beautiful start. Good. Okay, so those who practiced with me on Monday, we practiced tree pose. Tree pose is a beautiful rooting, planting the roots for the practice. Grounding, balancing pose. So foot to the inside of the thigh or the inside of the calf. It's hard to see my knee, but don't press against the knee. And then we'll do the other side. Yeah, so that's my inner thigh. My pants make it look like one big long leg. Arms reach up towards the sky, wave a little bit in the wind. So whatever expression comes. And then when you're ready to lower the feet down, we'll flow through. Reach the arms up towards the sky, forward fold. And step back to a downward facing dog. Great place to plant all your roots here, the palms and the feet. And we'll lift up the right foot again. Step it to the outside of the right hand. This time keep your back knee lifted. Bring the left arm out to the side. And as you reach the right arm up, bring the right hand behind your head. This is a version of cat-cow, a little bit wilder. Yeah, there's a strange pose. Rock down and reach back up, bend into your front knee. Chin towards the chest, round through the back of the heart, and straighten the front leg. Good, nice. Let's do that again. Beautiful. You can kind of see it's a strange flow. And then we'll lower the back knee down. And there's our Ardha Hanuman, those that practiced with me on Monday. There's a story that goes with this. I'll share it with you next week. Beautiful. There, and then let that go. Downward facing dog. And I like to say this is like clearing the slate. We come forward, we lower the heart down, we lift into a low cobra, lifting the heart, and then pressing back through tabletop into a downward facing dog. It's like we let that last little flow go. So last breath. Here we are here. We rode that wave. Now let's ride this one. Okay, left hand off to the side. Keep the back knee lifted. Right hand down. Left arm lifts. Left hand behind the head. And here we go. That strange cat-cow dance with a little bit more leg and hip action here. So elbow lifts, heart lifts, and then round through the back of the heart, straighten your front leg. Nice. Good. And then bend into your front knee. Now we drop the back knee. We rock the hips back. Take Ardha Hanuman. The full Hanuman is splits. We're working towards that. No rush, no rush. And then downward facing dog. That was a nice wave to ride. Inhale, come to your high plank. I like to lower my knees down for now. Let's do a couple of these. Inhale, low cobra. We'll lower back down. You can make a little cobra noise. Lift a little higher, lower down, and then lift as high as you like, maybe even upward facing dog. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. I'll teach that on Friday probably. And here's our downward facing dog. Awesome. Good. Walk the feet back and bring them hip distance apart. Reach your arms up towards the sky and drop down into Utkatasana, powerful pose. Remember, powerful pose is also known as awkward pose, so get that booty back. And we're going to do, I think it's already happening, Kapalbhati breath here. So first round, you can do 10 to 20 breaths. Remember that one? And take a little break in between. Here. Oh, a little rock and roll up and down the spine first. It's a little hard. It's a little bit of an angle on that beach. Okay, here's round 2. This one's for real. Squat down. Remember Kapalbhati breath. Take a breath in and begin. Snapping the belly back, stoking your fire, and as you do, maybe you can sit your hips down a little lower, lift the heart a little higher. All right, I think we are superheroes. We switch spots. Amazing. Step back into Warrior 2. Deepen into your front knee bend, back foot at a 90-degree angle, and we're going to exalt our warrior. Take that expression, exalted warrior. Here I am, peaceful, powerful. And then begin to straighten your front leg. Reach forward, reach. Come into Trikonasana pose, which is triangle pose. Kind of see that triangle shape with the legs. Extend through the sides of the body. Come back into your warrior 2. And then we'll just reach up, readjust the feet so we're going in the other direction. Front knee bent. Exalt your warrior. Keep that front knee bent long through the right side of the body. Nice deep breath, and then extend, lengthen. You can imagine doing this on a surfboard, okay? Balance in here for sure. Beautiful. Strong, steady, again, peaceful and powerful. And we'll turn back towards the front knee, windmill the arms, and press back to our downward facing dog. And here is that clearing the slate flow, or vinyasa flow. I'll be speaking more about that on Friday. You can do a low cobra or an upward facing dog, and then press back to a downward facing dog. Take a breath, maybe a couple of breaths. Step the feet together. And then Mayana and I have a little bit of a fun finale. So if you have somebody with you, awesome. And otherwise you can do this solo as well. So we're going to take a partner tree pose here. And the outer leg will be the one that presses into the inner leg. And then we are going to lift the front knees and extend from from tree pose into warrior 3. You kind of have to get intimate with one another's breath and figure out when it's time to come out. Come back into tree pose, beautiful, and then step down. And if you do one side, you got to do the other, a little do-si-do with your partner. And we'll set up our tree pose on the other side. And again, don't worry if you're by yourself, awesome. You can do this with you, yourself, and you. Me, myself, and I, you, yourself, and you. Beautiful. Take arms wide or forward. Extend through the back toes. Reach through the top of the head. Come back into your tree pose. And then down. A little bow to your partner or to yourself. Awesome. And that is a beautiful flow. So we have one more breath work to do. So we will come down onto our knees, or if that's uncomfortable, just sit cross-legged. We'll take our hands to that cave belly. And we'll take 3 breaths with that kumbhaka. So a nice deep inhale, fill your belly, and then hold it until you're ready to exhale. So maybe you only end up doing 1 or 2, or maybe a couple more. Or maybe you just do one really nice long one. Breathe in, fill up, hold it, and then when you're ready, let it go. Okay, so when that breath work is done, it's time to lie on our backs. Whew, that feels nice. I like to rock and roll up and down my spine a little bit, just to massage out the muscles along the back. And then we'll bring the right knee in towards the chest and cross it up and over. This is reclined twist. Just doing a final little wringing out of the muscles along the spine, a little wringing out of the organs, a little extra stretch into the hip. And then we'll switch. Left knee in, right leg stretches out. Squeeze the knee in towards the chest. Cross the leg up and over. We'll do a little bit more groundwork on Friday. For now, just some nice breaths. You can spiral the breath in, spiral it out as you land on the ground. Squeeze the left knee in towards the chest. Final squeeze here before your final Shavasana. And this is the beautiful shape of no shape. We have created shape with the breath. We have created shape, all sorts of different shapes with the body. Surfed all sorts of waves. And now we simply breathe in this shape that starts to merge into all the shapes, the ground underneath you, all the space around you, the clouds, the sky, or if you're in your home, the couch, the table, the ground, everything all connected. Just letting the breath travel in and out as it so pleases. Nothing to do. Let's simply dive into the ocean of self. Let the waves roll over, above, all around you. All is well. All is at ease. All is at peace. Slowly begin to come back to the body through the breath. Take a deep breath in, hold it, Kumbhaka style, holding it with no tension, just space. And then let it out through the mouth. Start to stretch through the fingers, wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Reach the arms a little wider and then maybe even up and above the head, and stretch from your toes out through the tops of your fingers. Nice, another deep breath in. And as the wave of breath washes out, roll over onto one side and come up to seated.
Thank you so much for joining us. Have some fun playing with those breath practices, pranayama. Have some fun weaving together that flow, surfing the waves over the next couple days, and we'll see you again on Friday. Signing out with a little surfer warrior pose. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I don't know about you, but I'm balancing on my toes. Namaste. Thank you. Namaste.